Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about something that's going on over in China, dealing with video games. China is now putting even more restrictions on video games for minors in their country, and people are only allowed to play, well not people, minors under the age of 18 are only allowed to play 3 hours of online video games a week. We have an article here kind of explaining everything, so let's go ahead and just hop into it right here. Kids and teens under 18 years old in China will only be allowed up to 3 hours per week to play online video games, according to new rules published Monday by China's National Press and Publication Administration. The move is a fresh blow to the country's gaming giants from Tencent to NetEase, which have dealt with an onslaught of regulations this year in areas from anti-monopoly to data protection that has spooked investors and dented the value of Chinese tech stocks. According to a translated notice about the new rules, people under 18 will be allowed to play video games 1 hour a day between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m., weekends and holidays. The agency built the rules as a way to safeguard children's physical and mental health. The latest rules from the NPPA significantly reduced the amount of time minors could play online games. Under 2019 rules, people under 18 were allowed to play games for an hour and a half a day on most days. Alright, so you can see after reading this that they have a massive change here, going from being able to play an hour and a half a day for the majority of the time to only being able to play for 3 hours in a week. There is 148 hours in 1 week. In 3 of those hours, they can play online video games. I don't understand why video games are taking the hardest hit in China because, like, literally anything could be addicting to a child, anything could be harmful to a child if not done in moderation. But again, you have to understand that this is the fucking Chinese government, and the only thing they care about is you praising their communist party and nothing else. We're gonna read something later on that kind of, solidifies this in my opinion, but it just seems like another way for them to control children and to control their population. And it just doesn't seem like a big necessity, like something that needs to be happened, right? Because again, literally anything can be addicting. I don't understand why not only in China but just everywhere in general video games get the hardest rap for like being this, oh, it's this horrible thing, it's gonna rot your brain, it makes these kids fucking Nazis and like want to kill people and it ruins their mental and physical health. Well, you know what, guys, guess what, a lot of other things that might be quote unquote good for you can also fuck up your physical or mental health as well. There are over 100 million or 110 million minors that play video games in China today, and we expect the new limits to lead to a decline in the number of players and a reduction in the amount of time and money spent in games by those under 18. Nico Partners senior analyst Daniel Ahmad says. Sorry if I pronounced the names wrong. However, we do not expect the decline in spend to have a significant material impact on the bottom line of game companies, given limits on time and spending have already been in place for minors for the past 2 years. Therefore, we expect a softer impact in overall growth rates as spending among minors is already low. Alright, so first off, let's just get something straight here. Well, they're like, oh, we expect to see them fucking decline, these limits of people playing games. Yeah, no fucking shit you're gonna see the decline, considering you're giving these kids literally 3 hours a day, or 3 hours a week to play games on like, literally between 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. It kind of seems like a no fucking brainer that there's going to be a big decline because literally you go from being able to play an hour and a half for most days of the week to literally being able to play only 3 hours a week. And this next quote we're going to read here kind of, or this next little excerpt we're going to read kind of solidifies, how I feel like this is just the fucking Chinese government just controlling them for the sake of having more control. Let's go ahead and just read this here. For a long time, Beijing has been worried about gaming addiction amongst the country's youth. Gaming consoles were banned for around 14 years until 2014, and a state affiliate publication ran an article this month branding online gaming a quote opium and calling for further restrictions. The article was taken down and later republished with a new headline and references to opium removed, but has raised concern among investors that further gaming restrictions could come. Alright, so you still hear, and I said something about a state affiliated publication. Anything that involves something of like a Chinese state publication, it's fucking bullshit because it's literally just they're literally spitting us out what the government is feeding them to say. Like they're just like fucking parrots. Considering that they're a branch of the government of the fucking Communist Party in China, they're gonna be doing and saying whatever their government tells them to do and say. And then you have this part where they brand it as opium, an addictive drug. Like, I mean, I don't understand the fucking rap that bad video games get. Like, literally anything can be addicted. There's people addicted to eating fucking paper. There's people addicted to probably fucking killing, licking rocks and throwing them on the ground or something. Literally anything can be addicted to a person. And again, to point out the fact that, it's all about, like, physical and mental health. Again, anything could be addicting, and doing too much of anything could be bad for you. Hey, if you're somebody who's obsessed with weightlifting and you do it every day for multiple hours a day with no break, that's fucking bad for you because your muscles aren't gonna have time to heal and you're fucking working your body to death. What if you're somebody who's interested in, or, not interested in, but addicted to reading books? It's probably possible, and there's probably somebody out there that is. Guess what? That person that's going to be reading a book for fucking 12 hours a day is going to become a social introvert and not going to have any form of social skills whatsoever. Literally anything could be bad for you if done too much. Drinking fucking water, a necessity for your body, could be bad for you. If you drink too much water, you're going to fucking drown your organs and die. And if there really is like this this worry of like an addiction, then that's not the government's problem. That's the parents' problem. That's them raising their children wrong or poorly. When you're talking about something that involves minors, you just got to boil it down to it's their fucking parents that need to handle this. It's not bad if you play video games a few hours a day. It's not a bad thing. It is bad though when your kid is playing fucking Minecraft for 12 hours a day every day, neglecting their schoolwork or their basic health needs, and they're just fucking worried about their Minecraft world. That's what needs to become a problem. Not when you have a kid who's, coming home from school on a Friday afternoon and is pretty, and just wants to play a couple hours of Call of Duty with his friends, and then, he eats dinner, goes to sleep, maybe plays a little bit more because it's Friday night because he could stay up later, and that's it. Like, it's not a bad thing to play a little bit. Again, everything in moderation. And again, it's the parents who need to be, accountable for this problem, not the government who needs to be fixing it and ruining it for everybody. The 0.1% of people that are addicted to video games, now everybody else has to be fucking affected because of this one person. And again, this boils down to parenting. If you're a parent and video games are becoming too much of a problem for your child, take it away from them for a while. If their grades are slipping in school because they're playing too much Fortnite, take the video games away and give it back to them when they earned it. If your kid's not doing their chores and is instead playing Minecraft with the boys upstairs all day, then tell him to get off the game and take it away from him and say, you will have this back when you do your chores. Like, I know I'm not a parent, but considering I've been raised by parents that have this mentality of you need to do, like, if this is not done, if your fucking necessities and your like priorities are not in check, then you cannot have these luxuries. Again, I'm not a parent, but it's pretty clear what you could do or what you should be doing. Video games are not a necessity, nor are the other things that, if they're distracting somebody from their, again, their priorities in life, like, for a kid, their school, their chores, their homework, anything like that. That's a priority for a kid. And if they're too busy playing video games for that, then take it away. And then say when you get everything is sorted and everything goes back to what it should be, then you can have this luxury and privilege back. It's not fucking hard to say, it's just not that hard to do. That's all you have to do as a parent. You're the fucking parent. You are the one that is in control. You're the one that is in charge, not the child. And you know what? I am somebody who's not a parent, but I know from fucking experience how it works. My parents have done this to me before. They've said, you know what? Well, there was one time I didn't do too good in school. They're like, all right, you can't play video games after school anymore, or they'll take it away until I get the grade up. If I was neglecting to do my chores or something, they'd say, you know what, you can't do this or whatever. You got to do these first, and then you can do whatever you want. And obviously, this is more of a problem with younger kids, right? Who are still fucking learning about responsibility and shit like that. Pretty much once you get to high school, you should honestly know this shit, and it's on. And it's not only partly on the parent, but it's partly on them for making these bad choices. But again, it all just boils down to fucking parenting. When you're dealing with children, it all boils down to the parents and how they are parenting their kid. It should never have to be so bad that, I don't know if this is how it happened, but potentially so bad that the government has to come in and fucking say, you know what, kids, everybody can't play video games for more than 3 hours a week now. It's all because of this one kid who has a big addiction. But it should never even come to that anyway. It should never come to that where the government has to fucking limit every person, just for the 1%. Alright, I think I'm gonna wrap this up here, you guys. I don't understand why video games get a bad rap. I don't understand why in particular the Chinese government is doing this, other than the fact that I think they're doing it for nothing more than to just control more things, show their communist power to the people or something like that. I don't fucking know. But with that being said, you guys, thanks for watching and all that jazz. If you liked the video, subscribe if you're new and all that, and leave a comment. Do you guys think that this is also stupid? And do you guys think this is also just the Chinese government just fucking controlling things for the sake of having more control? Because I genuinely think that's what's happening here. But go ahead and leave your thoughts down below. You guys can check the links in the description for the Twitter and the Twitch. I stream on Twitch pretty frequently. You can check me out over there. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.